I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up, because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior. I'm spitting it heavy, the mission is steady. Your bitches are jelly, I'm ditching the petty. You're digging for pennies, I'm itching already. I open my heart when I listen to Shetty. I'm bold like a boss, but I'm little like Debbie. I know what the bros, I got richer than Getty. I'm holding the guap and I'm whipping the Yeti. Yeah, Kari can play with advanced moves. I'm fucking my girl and her man too. I'm taking the ball like the Rand do. My soul is the one that I can't lose. I soak up the sun like a sand dune. I'm holding up love with the bamboo. I'm rolling the blunt by the candle. Taking the game, running it back without taking a drink. Yeah, I'm the one and I'm making a wave. Rolling the blunt and I'm blazing a J. I'm escaping the brain, go straight for the cake. I'ma take to the bank, not taking a break. I'm made for the race, I pray for the day. I wake with a bake in a great estate. Are you living in a box? I'm bigger than a box. I'm spitting to supply my bread. My vision on the top is living like a boss when I kick it in a nice white jet. I'm quicker with the bars, I'm wishing with a one. Yeah, I'm dipping to the bar, I guess. I'm switching like LeBron when I spit it in song. My mission is to try my best. Taking a stab, but I came with a bat. I be chasing to grab my goals. If you ain't in the back and you ain't with the facts, they be faking and act like bros. Welcome back to MMA Underground, your favorite part of Tuesday. I want half the dynamic duo known as Buddy V, killing it with the one and only
Sam K. And shit, man, we got two phenomenal guests in the building. All the way from Streetbeefs OG Yard, we have the 185-pound boxing champion in the building, King.
Oh, fellas.
And we have a phenomenal newcomer to the Scrapyard, some Weeb in red. If you don't know who this is, go check out his fight right after the show. How y'all doing?
I'm doing great. Doing great. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
We got two excellent fighters, and my favorite part of every Tuesday is the Monday leading up when I get to rewatch every single fight again and again and again. I'm like, yeah. And man, so I was gonna say, let's start talking about your fights. And King, I was actually I loved your fight with Slim. The one thing I was curious about though is, did it kind of throw you off rhythm for a second when like you accidentally kind of flipped him over in that first round?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Stay on your feet. Guess what? Get off the kilter. You got to stay on your feet, bro. I'm a natural grappler. I'm in the MMA as well. So guess what? You turn that corner, get him against the fence. It is what it is. He lost his feet. It wasn't on purpose, but got to keep your feet under you, bro. That's the best part of boxing. Foundation.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Facts.
I was say, speaking of foundation, man, Red, I was just, when I first saw you come out, the fast twitch motion that I saw you hitting with and that head movement was nice. I like your base, especially because you're a southpaw. And, I was going to ask you, how long have you been training boxing itself? I mean, because that stuff is learned.
That was like, I started like 2016, 2017. I was junior year of high school and just been on and off since, just trying to pick up as much game as I can.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Both of you have you've acquired some skill. To double back off of Buddy, the foundation was obvious in both of you guys' footwork, especially with you, Red. There was points where you and Turtle were taking turns on, with who's going to be on the wall, who's going to back the other into the wall, and where guys get stuck. I mean, I saw you reverse that time and time again, man. And that showed that you had some skill. And the same thing goes for you, King. If you guys want to talk real quick about your fighting backgrounds, because it's obvious you guys got something going on.
You want to take that, King?
Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
For me, so
Maniac.
Fighting background. I've tried a lot. I did my finger in a lot of different stuff, but not to say like I was really good at it. I just barely touched it. You know how certain classes got that free week? Yeah, I basically like took a bunch of free weeks and different stuff. I did like wrestling, elementary school. I didn't like it. I think it was like I got put in the high crotch for all the wrestlers out there who know the high crotch. I got put in that and I was like, nah, that ain't it for me. Back when I was over in New York, my uncle would take me to karate. I ain't like the karate, smelled like corn chips over in the dojo. Then I went, my dad took me over to Taekwondo. And then Taekwondo, it was just the belt system that got me mad. So eventually I managed to find a combat skill in boxing that really mess with. And yeah, that was it. Just fell into boxing. It seemed like the perfect environment. If you were good, you'd be in there with the other guys that are good. And there was no from what I could see at the time, there was no like politics in it. There were no belt systems that you had to, if you had what it took to like really get in there and mess somebody up, you got props. And if not, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I still play around with certain martial arts though. I did jiu-jitsu at American Top Team for like a month, but
Okay.
me playing around with stuff. And one of the highlights was working over at Glover Teixeira's gym in Danbury, Connecticut. I got to do that for a month too. That was pretty cool. Basically the same month, it'd be boxing practice, American Top Team one time, boxing practice, Glover's gym the next. So it's just like, I love playing around with it. I just like fighting, it's just learning new skills and trying to get over on somebody. But yeah, that's it right there.
I like that.
Nice. And you, King?
Grew up a scrapper. Fighting as a kid, always just kind of doing the, getting into it all the time. I didn't really get into anything combative wise until the military. Joined the military at 18, and I went through the combative system. Got to level 2. After I got out of the military, I started doing the boxing thing for a little bit. Didn't really like it as much because I like to slam people, and that's just my thing. I like to slam people. So I didn't like get into it as much, and then started really like getting aggressive again, wanting to fight again, and I knew it was going to cause some trouble, so I got into a boxing gym, and then fell in love with it. Started the boxing thing for about 5 or 6 years, switched over to MMA, and then I liked the boxing too much. So it was kind of weird, like to go from one to back to the other. But I'm going back to MMA September 14th over here in my hometown. So I'll have a fight then. But other than that, man, it's been boxing. It's just don't get me wrong, there's a science to the MMA, but it's just I don't know, man. It's the gentleman science to it. It's just different. It's different to punch somebody in the face instead of just slamming them. I don't know. Just the science to it is just different. So yeah, I've always been a little scrapper, getting into it on more of an actual technical level. So yeah, that's about me.
Oh yeah,
That's dope,
like
man.
especially when those slow mos and those replays when you can see it with that snap back, the fist comes and then they come right back. Wham.
Yep. Oh yeah, dude, it's just different. Like it's cool to slam people, and it's awesome to slam people, and it takes some skill to slam people, but wrestling and stuff, a lot of brute strength takes that. You can have some technical skill, but if you've got enough brute strength, you can get out of some shit. You know what I mean? You might have some boxing, but guess what? If you can technically box, that strength don't mean nothing. There's just the technical shit to it that I like better than the jiu-jitsu and wrestling and judo.
Nice. I don't know if you are familiar with Free Smoke, the West Coast Muay Thai champion, 145. He asked a question basically saying, as you see there,
You a boxing champion? Red?
I didn't announce that for nothing.
The WBC belt. I am not a WBC fighter. The belt, though, I am an amateur, right? And so one of the amateur competitions, that was put on, that was one of the awards for winning your match. And that was dope. They were able to bless a bunch of winners, with the belt. And so that right there is like one of my best, moments, getting that strap on, and we just looking to collect some more in the future.
Nice.
How old are you, Red?
I'm 23.
Oh, she young. You young.
Oh, I'm a youngin', yup.
30 years old, still out here. Man, she.
Hey, gear, shout to 30 Club.
Hey, speaking of belts, King, you are also a belt holder as well. Can you fill the people in on if they don't know already?
Fought Slim for the 185. It was a good fight, very good fight. I came off. I don't say came off the couch because I trained a little bit, but I need, when you got a bad fight camp. It was, a bad fight camp. It was
Yeah.
I got blessed out with the win, and we were running it back. I told him, in reality, I think he outboxed me. If you want my opinion about it, I keep it real all the way. I think he could have outboxed me. I think I landed more significant shots than he did, and I think my defense played a factor. But I think he outboxed me. I do think at the end of the day, when I rewatched that fight, I was like, ooh, buddy. Ooh, you in there and the inside a lot. You ain't boxing a lot. You got to throw some punches to win rounds. So, but I think the significant shots in the defense got me. So as soon as the fight was over, I told him, I was like, look, bro, we're running it back. And we agreed on it. So once we get it down, get the Slim and King part 2.
Ooh.
That's dope.
It's going to be a way different story. You ain't going to see clinching up King. It's going to be out there boxing it again. So,
he coming for blood.
I didn't like how I fought that. I know he was tired and it was the heat and stuff that really played off. But it was Isaac. He outboxed me though. I'll give him that. Being young too, I think he your age, Red. He your age.
Great.
Young,
Okay.
he's like 22, 23. And you guys are young. You guys got the skill. You guys need to stay with it. Keep it. That shit helps, bro.
I believe it. Just got to keep my goals focused and lock in.
Keep them blinders on. I tell you from age and experience, keep them blinders on.
Yup.
I remember I was sparring one time and I got dropped by he was like 18, 17 years old. He's out there every single day since he was a yay kid. And they're like, this guy's a little green, so just all right. I'm going out there going. And I remember I just felt that one liver shot.
Yep.
Damn. He took a couple steps back and smiled and was like, you ready? And I remember just 2 steps and I just went, ooh. It's like, oh my goodness. So,
yeah.
That's worse.
Yeah, I've had sparring with females before and they've clocked me one good time. Because you're like, oh man, like I'm just gonna do some slick stuff, and they pop you one time on me. You're like, all right, you hit me like that again, I might have to. Hey, chill. When I first started, there was a female that would like to spar with the guys, and she could hit. Like she threw a nasty, mean right hook, man, and she hit me with one mean hook to the body, and I looked at her. I was like, if you hit me like that again, I'm gonna tag that body up. And she got, I was like, I'm gonna fuck your world up if you hit me like that. I was like letting her kind of hit, but I was like,
right.
That was not a good one. I'm gonna make you feel the next one if you did me like that. I wouldn't know. Hey, man, it don't matter about size, man. Some of that,
yeah.
That power into it. Wow.
That's funny, man. Speaking of shots to the body, there was I had to go there. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I've been watching you from the very beginning, and you made a fan out of me. You know what I'm saying? So I saw a huge fight, a huge matchup when that was announced those years ago. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, we are talking about Venom Black versus King.
Back.
Say that again.
We need to run that one back.
One more time.
We need to run that back.
Okay. For the culture.
Yes, sir.
I'm just saying.
And I know he's a pro.
Hey.
I know he's a pro now. We can make it efficient. It ain't got to be nothing. We got to run that back.
For the culture. Walk us through that fight. Some people don't know what I'm talking about or alluding to. So,
hey, look, that's the only asterisk that I really don't like on my record. He did do damage, but I went in there injured already on the same thing. So that's why run it back. We need to run it back when I'm healthy.
Yeah.
Everybody that I trained with and did all that with, they literally were like, don't go. Well, I already called off the one fight that we were supposed to have prior. because of work, right? Like, sorry, Street Beefs doesn't pay nothing, so I have to work. You know what I mean? Like, I love Street Beefs, but until they pay us thousands of dollars to come out there and fight, hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, if we could ever, I know we can't, but I gotta work. You know what I mean? So I had to call it off the first time, and then the second time I was like, I can't call it off the second time. Like, I gotta be a man of my word and come out there, and he got me. He got me. That's where. You know, sometimes you just gotta. Sometimes you just ain't got it. You know, and he got it that day. But we gotta run that one back.
Yes. You know, one thing I noticed, bro, you look a lot smaller in that fight.
I weighed in, so I don't know how to put it. I found the science out how to be muscly and still be a decent weight, not be bulky, right?
Mm.
And I didn't know it then. I was just still a lot of cardio, a lot of boxing, not a lot of weightlifting, not a lot of, you know what I mean? So like I was gaining natural muscle, but I was not bulky, you know what I mean?
Right.
Came in just under 185. I was 183, 184, something like that. And I was tiny, bro. Tiny.
Yeah. Yep.
I wasn't there. So, but yeah, now we there. We thick, but a couple. So,
yeah.
We about the same size now. So.
Yep.
It's fun to watch.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun to have. So
I was gonna say, Red. I know. I was gonna ask, have you ever had a serious injury or taken a serious blow from any of your fights, from your amateur fights, or anything outside there?
Not fights, but sparring. I've had a couple. I don't want to say injuries, but I've gotten tagged up a lot. I mean, earlier on in when I first started boxing, you know, I'm thinking it's the Rocky movies, right? And so I'm getting beat up on, going on the ropes. He tagging my body up, and I'm like, I could take it, you know, I could take it. Just gotta hang in there, you know. All about the heart. He hit me to the liver one time, legs gone, and so that was the first time, you know, I really got dropped and experienced that. And it took me the longest to figure out, you know, you can't just be absorbing all them shots to the body. I thought I was different, that I could have, but yeah. Ooh. Those ones got me. And then I remember I was sparring my boy Noah. He was one of my earlier coaches, and this fool hit me with something. I could taste brimstone in my mouth. I don't know what that was to this day, but that was one of the hardest shots I ever taken. And me just running into it, no understanding of distance and nothing. It was just set myself up for failure. So those would be some of the worst, you know what I'm saying, as far as like injury. Like I said, I don't want to call them injuries, but blows I've taken.
Yeah. We've all taken some blows before. That's for sure.
That's how you learn.
That's the game right there. That's the game.
Oh yeah.
You gotta get hit with that stuff to understand, like, all right, let's not get hit with that again, you know. And then you start game playing. Okay, he caught me with this. Now, how do I avoid that? Okay, I'm gonna do this, and then you do it next time, and then it don't work. Okay, so we're gonna try something else, and you just keep, you know, trial and error until you land on a gold mine. And now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, now you can move around and do all type of stuff, and, you know, get control over people a lot faster. But it's all about that trial and error.
Well said. Well said.
And I know earlier, Bringing Smoke had asked how both of you got into Street Beefs. I'm curious about both of these, because I mean, from a newcomer to a veteran, I mean, I'm very curious.
Okay,
want to go first?
I'll take this one. Watched it a couple years ago. This is like before I even got in. Like, so we're talking about before I even started fighting, which was, not before I fight, but before I fought for Street Beefs. Because my first fight was Dirty Devil, and I think that was 4 or 5 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
In the OG art?
Dirty Devil was my first fight. And I
only watched that one once.
4 or 5.
I've seen it before, but it was so long ago.
Yeah, oh, dude, it was a pig pen, bro. You talk about Dude, it was wet. It was nasty. So they threw sand down and couldn't soak up enough of the water. So we threw hay down on top of it. Oh, bro, you talk about bad, bro. Talk about some real backyard fights. Dude, that was some backyard fights, man. MMA and all was in that thing. That was a fun day. It was a fun day. Yeah, his first fight was out there, and before then, though, I watched it a couple times. Watched Scarface fight. Watched like Iraqi Assassin, and there's a couple other guys that were on there. Jordanian, whatever, on there. A couple of the other small guys when the Minnie Mouse was on there and all that crap. That was when I started watching it, and I was like, man, I gotta do it. Finally got a hold of somebody. I was like, all right, when can we do this? And they sent it, and I was on the way that next time, and the rest was history. So
nice.
I like it.
You mentioned some of the conditions of the ring. I wanted to ask Red, what was your thoughts? Because Scrapyard has a unique ring. All the rings are unique across the branches, but I'd say Scrapyard's ring is the most complimentary.
Oh yeah, definitely. That one of my biggest concerns when I got in there was whether or not the turf, because it's like a turfish kind of feel, whether or not I'd have any grip, because I like wearing my boxing shoes, whether or not I have any grip, if I try to go and execute angles, or what I'm saying, move around, if I want to put a little speed on my steps and everything like that. I was wondering if I'd be able to maintain good stability. And I've got to say that turf, I didn't feel any different than I do in like a sparring environment, So yeah, complimentary is definitely, a good word to use, because like it was almost a seamless transition. I'm looking forward to getting a more, accurate feel of it when I go in there next time, but as of right now, with that first experience, yeah, I could barely tell the difference, than a boxing gym ring. It was smooth.
What about the overall vibe?
The vibe is great. You got people, all backgrounds, all levels of experience and everything like that, just getting after it, and that's something that is hard to find, I think, a bunch of people with like this goal to just, not only, put gloves to each other, but also learn. I'm out there, I'm walking around, and I'm seeing, I didn't know what to expect, but I'm seeing people hitting the bag and like coaching each other on, oh, I see how you do that. Okay, this is how I do that. And what I'm saying, giving each other's tips and everything like that. So that environment I thought was really positive and definitely something I want to be a part of. And I was giving a couple tips myself to a couple people, just like, hey, moving head and stuff like that, because like, it feels like, there isn't any ego over there. It's just people trying to have a good time and trying to get better. People, whether they have, higher ambitions in their respective discipline, or they just, just trying to get it in, It's just a great environment, and yeah, it was just good vibes.
Hell yeah. It's fun time. That's what kept me coming back. I was like, oh, right. I thought there'd be a lot of animosity my first time. Nope. And same thing when I went to the West Coast. It was great welcoming. I mean, everybody was so friendly. Both Martin Rubio and Alex were coming up, asking if I needed anything, making sure I was accommodated. I went to the OG yard before. That was pretty killer. That was fun. Yeah, I think one of the fights that stood out was Beast versus Ryu Senin. I saw that one live.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was a fun one.
The first time I saw Beast was the Slim fight, like in person. And man, well, Whoa, is all you can say.
Fireworks.
Oh yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. I say he's the most dominant heavyweight in any branch across the history of street beefs.
Who did he call out the fight, that last one he had?
Mammoth. He's been wanting Mammoth for a minute, and Mammoth is a beast, but we haven't seen Mammoth come back.
I'm not saying he dunking him, but if he keeps getting called out and he ain't answering, I mean, look at T-Bud and look at Canelo. I mean,
oh no. Canelo not a duck. Canelo no duck. I gotta sit up, right? I gotta sit up. That's my boy.
Bro, I model a lot of my footwork after Canelo, especially that little like shuffle he does to get back to his orthodox stance and stuff. Like I study him. I love him. Great boxer. But I think he might be not taking a fight for a reason, buddy. I called it.
I mean, come on. I've been waiting, itching for him to fight Benavidez. Come on.
Bro, and I don't think that'll happen either. I don't think. He said money's not an issue, but I think it's not money is not an issue. You're right. Right. I think you're
Father
right.
time. I think it's father time.
Absolutely.
I think so. See, if I'm Canelo and they want me to have a dangerous fight, you know, and I know everybody think I'm on like that back foot and like I'm towards the end of my career, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get as many, you know, small little achievements because who he fighting next is not Jaime Munguia. It's 168 Chris Eubank Jr. I think he fighting Chris Eubank Jr. Okay. I think they were trying to make that. So it's like Chris Eubank Jr. That's a name and an easy dub. I'm gonna pick up a couple more easy dubs and then finish with the finale. But at least have my money and everything set aside so I'm straight when I leave.
I get it. As a smart wise. Smart. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, cool. I get it.
Yeah.
But as a fighter wise though.
Yeah. And everybody looking at Canelo for the payday. It's like
you almost sandbagging that championship. That's where this hits. This I get it. Cool. I understand. I get your money, bro. Do what you do, right? But here's the fight. Sometimes, bro, I'm like,
I get it.
Also, too, it comes a point where, you know, you ate so much, you're just not hungry anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and if you don't have that killer desire and you know it.
I think he just knows he's above his prime in the game. He may not be above his prime in actual life, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in the fight game, dude, there's 18, 17, 18-year-olds coming out of the Pan Ams winning gold. You know what I mean? Like, and you 30-some years old, like you're hitting, you're hitting your peak at some point. You know what I mean? And I know you want to hold on to it. I know nobody wants to lose a championship. I get it, bro. I get it. Nobody wants to lose.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But you got to – everybody's due.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Hey, Andre Ward ain't. Yeah. Andre Ward ain't. He managed to get up out of there unscathed.
Well, I was going to say, you guys hear about Ryan Garcia? The president pulled him out of the whole boxing commission for his antics and everything?
Yeah.
Talk about fucking your shit up. Like, man, how do you mess that is? You have to be acting a fool.
Yeah. Ryan killed me. Dude, Ryan killed me. Because it's like I was rooting. I was happy for him when he got that Haney win. When he got the Haney win, I was behind him. And then Haney wanted to take it to the courts and everything like that. And I'm still behind him. And then they're talking about, he had some, was it clenbuterol or something? Like how John Jones said, like a picogram, Yes. And I don't want to say I'm overlooking that, but it was just like, I felt like the Haneys was bugging a little bit the way that they were approaching it. But then again, that's their money. That's, how they make their food. So it's like, but I was still behind Ryan, to a degree. And then he come out with that, and it's just like he's making it so hard. He makes it hard
for him, man. Like you're like, bro, like I can't. How am I supposed to explain this one? like I'm trying to root for you, bro. How am I supposed to explain this though?
Let me redirect it back to y'all. Because
start getting in a tangent.
Yeah. But this is what we're here for, you know.
I love it. I love it.
Next month there is a huge fight scheduled in the West Coast, and I want to know King versus Viking Warrior. How does that go down?
Oh, bro, I win. I'm not worried about that. That's an easy dub.
Okay.
Oh, bro, that's an easy dub.
Yes, sir. We like that.
How about this? How did we get this fight, and where is the fire behind this fight coming from?
Bro, I honestly, it started over a comment, bro. It started over a comment. I wasn't even bugging for real about the comment. But if you said, like I said at Fighter Heart, my accomplishment is that. Like, if you make yourself like, oh, I got all this, bro, as a fighter, I'm going to challenge you, bro. Like, if I think I'm better than you, I'm going to challenge you. Yeah, you a champion over in the Scrapyard. No disrespect to the Scrapyard, but if that 185 champ that's undefeated, that 185 champ that's undefeated, yeah.
I'm excited to see this license.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Hey, he's got a 7-foot reach though. His reach is like 7 feet. You know what I'm saying? And
when you hit the right hand real quick. Ooh. You tag that body, he has to do this. That reach goes away real quick. And guess what? I can fight on the inside and on the outside just as better. So, and you got to be able to land your shots if you have the reach. You're not going to be able to touch me unless I really don't give a fuck about taking your shot to get in. You know what I mean? But, bro, if you go look at any one of my fights, footwork and defense is almost top notch. You know, like, there's levels to it. He can box. Cool. Awesome. I'm not saying he can't. And I'm not like, oh, I'm better than this. I'm better than everybody else. No, there's people that knock the fuck out of me. But guess what? There's levels to it. Just like I'm here and he's here, there's people way above here. Bro, you're not on my level. You can think what you want. You can woo-woo this, woo-woo that. Xena Princess Warrior. Just wear that outfit when you come out there on August 31st. And we're going to get the work in. Just relax.
We love it. We love it. We love it.
Bro, I'm not worried. If you go look at his fights, bro, no, I don't see hardly any technical shit. He landed pillow punches. Like, I'm not worried about it at all. I'm chilling. Like, I'm chilling with this shit. Like, I done try to, like, talk him and, like, get him a little riled up and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I love it, right? But then he said, this is where I felt bad about it, and I'm just going to coddle him. You know, I'm just, hey, it's okay, buddy. Come here. He said I bullied him. Bro, how do you bully a grown man into taking a fight? Like, how do you bully a grown man? Word for word, he said, you bullied me into this fight. Bro, how do you bully a grown man now? Come on now. Come on. You above the age of 16, 17, bro. Nobody bullies you to make you do anything. Come on now. Like, that's where you lost this like the respect with me, and then you're like, I don't know. But yeah, you can't say another man bullied you into a fight. Come on now. Nobody bullied you. You're just scared now. And I think you too deep and you got to get out. I think that's what it is.
I don't see Viking Warrior being scared. I'll say that. I'll vouch for him in that. But
let's make it happen.
It's gonna be flames. That's for sure.
Hold on.
Ready.
It's like Frank Martin ain't scared of nobody, but Frank knew on that one, who was gonna come out that winner. He knew. But guess what? He was in too deep of waters. He come back out then. You know what I mean? Like, you look at that scale when Frank Martin got on there and then Tank got up there. And man, he knew from the second he looked at him. He said,
so let me ask you this.
Receive.
We've had Viking to the yard several times in the West Coast. This will be your first time in the West Coast. We mentioned earlier environments of the rings and how that plays a role and factor. Bro, it's damn near 120 degrees out here. And you're fighting in sand.
Oh, yeah. I've thought about that. And I've been doing some things, not as much as I need to, or not as much to kill my body out early in a fight camp. But I've been doing a lot of things in the sweats and everything, because it gets 90 here. And if you put some sweatpants on and the sweater on, you put the gloves on and a little tank top, wear the hood up and shit, bro, it gets hot. So I'll put my body through the hell to get there. But it could definitely play a factor.
It will.
No,
it will.
Probably but it probably will. It's not just a probably; it will. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I've never fought out in the heat like that before. Simple as that. So he has me there. He's got some skill.
He's been out here during the hot seasons.
Yeah.
Cardio is most definitely key.
Oh yeah.
I say it every episode, but
get one of them.
Say it one more time.
You have to send me a link to get one of them.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We got to get them out, man. More Somke merch on the way.
That's actually got the photo shoot done now, so those photos are getting edited. So you're gonna be able to see those this week, and they were putting in work with them. So yeah,
that's what I'm talking about, man.
Extra large.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Extra large. I'll have to send a package to Somke before the event.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Now I was curious because I had a quick question for King, man. I've been really itching to ask this question all show. Okay. When you're in the cage, just one-on-one, and it's you against someone else, but you got to be in a tag team boxing match. What was that like, being able to switch it up, having the opponent switch, the flow with everybody, coming back and forth? I was curious. I had to know.
Okay. And I kind of figured a question was going to pop about that, right? It was different, right? Because I'm one of those fighters, especially when I'm on my game, bro, I don't take breaks. I'm not taking, I'm not sitting in the stool. I'm not, if anything after the bell, I'm still bouncing around. I'm still I got my cardio. Like you said, cardio is key. And so tagging people out and sitting there watching boxing again, I'm like, oh, I want to go. I want to keep going. But it was fun, man. It was fun to watch other people get involved into it, right? Especially watching what's his name, Lobster, right? When me and Lobster went, I don't really get to box a lot of people that are 135, 145 pounds, and I got 10 inches on, or maybe even a foot on. You know what I mean? I'm boxing people my size, so it's way different. Getting involved with a bunch of different weight classes and different skill at the same time, right? All in one swing. It wasn't it was, I sparred and then stopped, and then they could tag me in right after I just tagged somebody else in. It was cool. It was cool though. But luckily that time I think it went all in turn, so it wasn't too bad. But it was definitely different. It was definitely different sharing a ring with 6 fighters. Yeah, it was way different.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
And then Red, I was gonna. Oh, sorry. What's up, Somke?
No, I just said nice.
Oh yeah. I was gonna ask Red because you said how you had an amateur career right now. I was asking you a little bit about that and when you plan on maybe going pro or taking it to the next level, or.
Okay, so as of Saturday, I'm 6-1, 6-1 over in Washington. My first loss was my first fight, and I felt in control the whole time. I thought I was working him. I thought my feet was moving and everything like that. But amateurs got that thing, you got to keep them hands moving. And I don't know what the refs was watching because we felt this was a lock. I was like, ooh, buddy, a Uber driver right now, and I'm about to send him packing. But they went, raised the other guy's hand. I was like, oh, word. So this amateurs, right? But funny enough, as I'm getting out of the ring, they go direct me over to the doctor. I'm stepping out the ring. The opponent's coach stops me, right? He put a hand in my chest. He's like, hey man, you went out there, you did your thing, you was killing it. I saw what you was doing. And then he looked at his fighter and he give him the trophy. And I was like, oh, word? And so his fighter handed me the trophy, And so that was crazy. I was like, ooh, am I gonna be I don't know how I feel. I kind of want to hear what Buddy had to say about it, but at the same time, he was leaving, and I definitely won that first one. But so some people might say I'm 7-0, but right now I'm 6-1, and as far as future aspirations, I was looking to go pro this year. That was the game plan. The people that I've worked with over the course of my boxing experiences on the West Coast and the East Coast, they're all developing their careers and everything. And so, you know, I kind of wanted to match that, you know, because I compete with everybody, you know, that I've ever been in there with or been associated with, you know. So it's like homeboys doing this, okay, hell yeah, I like to see my brothers winning. So I'm gonna go and try to, you know, use that to motivate me. And that got me thinking, like, okay, a couple of my boys are going pro now. When am I going to do it? But at the end of the day, I had to take a second and be like, we could go pro right now and do that, which would be cool. But what if we got right? What if we took the next couple years, stayed in the amateurs, and see what could happen? You know what I'm saying? See what could happen next 4 years, you know. Is it too bold to think about Olympic level ambitions? Because it's coming to the US. And as a service member, you know, service member from the US, fighting in the US, like that'd be dope. And even if we don't make that, you know, just having that 4 years extra experience, you know what I'm saying, to get right, would be huge. And maybe I could sign with some top promotion company, you know, at the end of it. So I plan on going to college once this contract's over, and going to college, and then just pursuing amateur boxing as far as they'll let me for the next 4 years, and then we'll see where we're at the end of it.
That's dope, bro. What you said was key, though, you know, taking the time to get right, because so many fighters rush to get beat up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that was really key. I wanted to ask you though, Red, with your experience, you just recently showed up to the Scrapyard and had an exhibition match with one of their OG fighters, Turtle. I wanted to ask you, what was your thoughts on that fight? And specifically, what were your thoughts on your opponent, Turtle?
I love Turtle, and you know, we worked before, and I know the Turtle I was going in with, he wasn't even scheduled to have a fight, you know, that day. And so we basically just sparred, because we've sparred before, you know, and so it was just basically me and Turtle, just another sparring session, you know. And for the sparring sessions, I don't really look too deep into it, aside from, you know, picking up pieces of game that I could use for my next fights. And that's what it really came down to, is just boys out there working, trying to get right, and, you know, expose weaknesses so we could fix them up in the game when come game time. That's what it was all about. But if I get this one in July, you know, how they say, 187 MDK murder death. If I get that Streetbeefs fight in July, and then we'll really see how, you know, I could, whether or not I got what it takes, you know, get people up out of there.
Oh yeah, I'll be seeing you at the event then, because I'll be there at this event. So
bet. Let's pray I get on the card. I ain't heard no word yet, but fingers crossed.
Steve will get you. Okay. Just hit up Steve Agara. He got you.
Let's go fight you good.
Yeah. I wanted to ask both of you guys, let's start with King. How did we get our names? Where did that come from?
Shoot. I really don't even know. I just thought it was something that started with a K at first. King, Kyle, Raleigh. And I was like, okay. And I think a lot of it is coach calls everybody King. You know, hey, King, head up. Hey, King, head up. Hey, King, head up. And he just calls everybody King in the gym, you know. And when I was there, that's what everybody's name was. It was King. You were King or a champ. Well, guess what? I didn't have a title yet, so I couldn't call myself King. You know what I mean? So, like, King. Now, when I was doing the amateurs and shit, it was the Kid. I like the Kid.
Oh, that's good.
Because if you play, remember the fight night?
Fight night. Yep. The Kid.
Bro, I was like, yeah, I gotta relive it, you know. Kid, bro.
First Isaac Frost,
bro.
Or the Untouchable.
I'm 2 and 3 with Roy Jones on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hold Hold on, they think it's a game.
Bro, who was it on the cover of round 2? It was 2 people. It was
Fight Night round 2.
It was God, somebody else, wasn't it? Nick or
I
Nick.
think it was somebody else. I don't know who. I can't remember.
Somebody else.
It's been too long. I remember trying to heal with the sticks too, and I couldn't get the cuts right.
You had to use the buttons. Yeah, I think round 3 is when they invented like you could do this
little head movement.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, bro.
I like that.
Oh, snap in the flesh.
Round 3. Okay. Golden Boy Productions.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing.
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Round 4 with Roy on it then? Or round 4 was the one where he was like.
Round 4, I believe, had Tyson on it because that was the first time they put Tyson in the game.
Wasn't it?
Huh?
Was it Tyson and Ali?
Yeah.
Round 4, yeah. Which one was? I thought Roy Jones was on one of them. Was he not?
I think he was on. It had to been part 2 when it was called. It had a different name. It was like Fight. It was shit.
It was. I swear it was Fight. But you got to look it up now. Someone got to look that up. Oh, that's crazy. Who are those?
Papoose.
Overtime Hustling magazine, man. They always showing love. I got my magazine in the car. I'd show the article that had me in it, but it's in the car.
Hey.
I shouldn't have kept it in the car. It's too hot. It's all wrinkled. It's all wrinkled.
Gotta keep that in the frame or something, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
But some Weeb in red. How did we get that name? Where'd that come from?
So it was obviously for those who don't know what a Weeb is, it's like somebody who likes anime, you know what I'm saying, and the Japanese culture, right? And so, you know, when you hang with your boys and they busting your balls and everything like that, you know, freaking one of the things they be getting at me with was they, you know, call me a weeb and stuff like that, you know. And so I was like, when I was trying to think of a name, I didn't want it to be something too serious, you know, like killer or monster or, you know, I wanted something, you know, I was like, you know, a joke, you know, essentially. And it's basically just a simple troll, you know, some weeb in red. And, you know, people, when I think when I was announced one time, they said it's like, there's no it's some. Because at the end of the day, when I want my opponent, what I want from my opponent is for him to go back to whatever he was doing after the fight. They ask him, hey, man, how'd the fight go? He go, I lost. And it's like, oh, you lost. Who'd you lose to? Some weeb in red. I think that's the funniest thing ever. I think that's the funniest. He's like, what? Wait, who? I don't remember his name. It was just some weeb in red, man.
That's funny.
Yeah,
you're trying to rub salt in everybody's wounds.
Oh yeah, I thought that was the best idea ever. So basically, you got beat up by some scrawny nerd and something like that. Like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
They getting joked on for the rest of the week.
Oh yeah, but that's why I got to be hot, right? Because I can't have that, you know, and be dog water. I got to make sure I'm coming correct. Got to make sure, you know, that's what would get me out there on them runs. Like, you can't be some weeb and red and getting whooped. Or maybe you can, you know, but we ain't trying to have that on our side.
Oh yeah,
great, buddy. I like that.
Now I was gonna ask real quick, King. We talked a little bit about Red having a bit of a pro future and whatnot. Let's say, you know, a BKFC professional opportunity came up or something of the sort. Would you ever consider that?
Absolutely, bro. You crazy, bro? You know I can punch with boxing gloves on. Can you imagine what to do without boxing gloves?
Yep.
Bro.
That's what I was hoping to hear.
Fuck yeah. And I get the dirty box. Oh, it's better. I get to clinch the back of the head a little bit. Not too much, but just enough. You know what I mean? Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Is that a Mike Perry call out?
Man, bro, that would be an honor, bro.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Dog fight, but guess what, bro? I would. Absolutely, bro.
There we go. You heard it here.
Absolutely. Who cares? Fuck, win, lose, or draw, bro. Guess what? Me or him. And I'd much rather be I'd much rather win than he would. So
I think Mike Perry might be fighting Jake Paul, or was that all fake hoopla?
That's what they saying. That's what they
Mike
saying.
Perry ain't the one to fold on a fight, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Folded on a fight. I think Nate just didn't give a fuck and he just wanted to do fucking bullshit, right? That's Nate. I love Nate. I'm a huge Nate fan, but I think Nate just kind of he didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Bro, he put that man. He didn't give a fuck. He put him in a chokehold and laughed about it. He knows any day, any given day, he'd drop Jake on his fucking DICK and send him on his way. You know what I mean? So it is.
Definitely got my money on Perry.
I will say though, I used to, some of my boys used to ask me like, hey, who you think will win, Jake Paul versus you or stuff like that, you know? Hey, I used to say me all the time, right? But I gotta respect, you know, he do look, he's starting to, I'm seeing improvement. I'm seeing some things from Jake that is like, okay. So now when you tell me he was trying to fight however old Tyson was, I was like, I love Mike Tyson as much as the next guy, but you know,
he's not beating Tyson unless he lands 100% of a clean shot. I don't think he hurts Tyson the way
he's not beating Tyson.
By far, top 3 ever heavyweights.
Even with the $1 million camps he's on, Bro,
you think got the money?
He can pay for the trainers, but you can't buy experience.
That is
true.
I
would say even outside of sports, just people walking the planet in history, he's one of the greatest intimidators. Ever. You know, he knows psychology.
That man bit somebody's ear off mid-fight, bro.
Yep.
It's a boy versus Mike Tyson.
Yep. All I'm saying is I give Jake his props for it. Right. What is a joke? He looked like he's serious. Now Perry gonna go through him like shit through a goose, regardless. But I give the boy props. I
was iffy about him when he started, right? Because I'm like, oh, Disney man gets to come in here and just boxing and gets all this money. You know what I mean? Like, bro, we've been as amateurs, we've been doing it probably way longer than what he has. Let's be real.
Probably.
Like, you know what I mean? But then he gets the opportunity to like go out there. So I did feel some kind of way. Absolutely. And I started seeing him get a little bit better. And I was like, hey, well, I'm still a hater. You know what I mean? And I saw him better. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch him a little bit. Let's see how he does now. And then he started to impress me a little bit. I think he's a fighter now. I think he could be considered a boxer. He's still very sloppy. There's still a lot of things. I think even me as being, like I said, I'm not top dog ever. Right? There's always people better than me. But I would go with Jake. I'd see that very easy. He just has a lot of openings that he doesn't have experience on. It is what it is. Even with the money, even with the people that he works with, yeah, they can expose it, but like expose it in real time. Sparring is one thing, you know what I mean? And sometimes you have some heated sparrings, but guess what? Sparring is usually just a touch and go type of thing. Now you get the wars, don't get me wrong, but it's not real deal experience in front of people, in front of all that shit. You know what I mean? So
with stakes.
Exactly. And I think now he's considered a boxer. He's correcting a lot of things that he should have. I give him his props now. But you ain't knocking Tyson out. You ain't taking Tyson. I'm sorry.
You know what I just thought of? You know what I just thought of? You know what? Jake Paul versus Nico Ali Walsh.
Hey, Nico Ali Walsh fought one of my good friends, Charlie Stanford. And Charlie, bro, if you guys can go watch that, Charlie Stanford versus Nico Ali Walsh, I think Walsh kind of lost, buddy. He got. I'll be honest. My friend, I love my friend to death. I go to bat for him every day. But I think Charlie outboxed him. Y'all got a little shout out to Charlie Stanford out there, bro. He outboxed that man, big time.
Hell yeah.
He arguably, if it wasn't in his home area where he was A-side, he wins. He wins. So. But yeah, I think that'd be a good little fight. I think Ali Walsh looks good in the PFL too. If you ever checked him out there,
okay. Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet.
Bro, go watch him in the PFL. he looks nice with them little 6 to 8 ounce gloves on, son. He looks good. He looks
I gotta
good.
get around to that one.
You gotta think he a boxer naturally. You think with them little tiny gloves on. Think about taking the pops, son. Yeah.
After that last performance, you know, it's like I'm trying to. I don't want to feel like he a plan in the industry, you know. But that's the vibe I be getting sometimes. You know what I'm saying? He a plan.
I think they have
plant versus plant.
Yeah.
Well, I have to sit here and let you guys know that this is about the time where I gotta be the bearer of bad news. So I know King is running on East Coast time as well.
Yeah.
So
almost 11 p.m.
Yeah. So before we let you go, Samke, did you have a final question before we kind of wrap it up and get their socials and everything?
Yeah. One last question for you guys. For Red, I was gonna ask, man. By chance, could you ever see yourself coming to the West Coast, the OG yard, or the Dirty South yard?
Oh, definitely. Like I said, once I finish this contract and I free my schedule up, I'm down to go fly over there, you know, give people a show, make some fireworks happen, and get into a little beef with people. You know what I'm saying? If they want me to, I'm always down. I'm always.
Dope. Well, hey, we love to have you on the West Coast, bro. I'm as you see, a fighter and ref over there, so you're more than welcome. King, final question for you, bro. Is there anyone outside of your next opponent, Viking Warrior, that you could see yourself locking horns with, going toe to toe with?
I think we already talked about that a little bit earlier.
Venom, okay, but outside of Venom and Viking,
I've been wanting that one bad just to get. Well, I want that one. I want that one. Outside of that, bro, I'm champ. Whoever's in 185.
There we go.
Oh, come get it. I mean, I'm not worried about it, bro. I fight, and I fight good. So,
in the words of AB, can man.
Hey, he from Cincinnati too, son.
Yes, sir.
Mexican, American, everybody can't get it. So,
yep. Perfect answer.
And by the way, I know you're from Cincinnati, man. Hang him up, buddy. Hang him up. He looked rough.
Well, shoot, y'all. It's been a great show. If you guys want to go ahead and hit us with the socials, any plugins you want to do, now would be the time.
Good, buddy.
You want to go first, King? Right.
Good.
Okay. First off, I got to get a little something off my chest. Some Weeb and Red over here. I needed to find this platform to call some peoples out who have been ducking me on UFC 4, huh? What happened? Hey, Danny Fernandez, let's get it happening UFC 4. You've been ducking me for a minute. Now it's time to answer for it. I'm nice with the sticks now. And anybody who wants to go and keep in touch with me, shout out or get any training sessions or anything like that. Some Weeb and Red, SMNWEEBN_RED on Instagram. DM me. I'm more than happy to come help people work on stuff and also receive help. You know, if you got some game you're trying to put me on, I'm more than grateful to, you know, accept. So yeah, that's what I want to say. Or if you just want to tune into the journey and see how this go, I'm always been one to say, you know, we go hard in the paint, so it's going to be either good or bad. You know what I'm saying? We're going to stick with this journey and see where it leads us. And if you want to be a member of that, you know, by all means, tune in. And that's about it from me. I appreciate y'all for giving me the opportunity for talk on the platform, and I look forward to the next one. So I appreciate it, y'all.
All right, guys. Appreciate me having on the show. Fun. The best way to reach me, Instagram, King Raleigh 93, RALEIGH. Best way to reach me. I got all my Instagrams post on there, workouts. I do the PT online or in person. So if that's your thing, you're looking to get fit, looking to get swole, looking to lose weight, whatever you need, I can do it for you. We get it popping, as they say. Other than that, I ain't got much to say. Viking Warrior, be ready. We coming. Venom. You need to run that back. And then anybody else in the OG yard, 185, 195, I'll take the 10-pound differential. I don't care. We can run it. Let's get it.
There we go. There we go. Shout out Brandon Rubalcaba too. That was another one. Mm-hmm.
He said he's nice with the sticks, son. We gonna have
hey, homie been ducking me. I'm with it now. You know what I'm saying? I got the game and everything. Whatever you trying to be on, I'm on whatever type of time.
That's great.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, thank you for having me.
Thank you guys very much.
Hey, y'all have a great night.
Look forward to the next one.
Peace. Yet another fire show, man.
Straight fire. But you guys know if you want some more fire, you're gonna have to wait because we're not done yet.
It's funny, like I wouldn't even say we're influenced by 90s music as much as I would just say we're influenced by good music. You know, I think we're very genre diverse. You know, like we're not really fixated on one particular era or genre of music. I think we just kind of and you know, it shows in our music too that we kind of take the elements of whatever that we do enjoy and try to put it together some way or another. And I think that's true for all of our music.
Musically, would you call yourself polyjamorous?
Polyjamorous. I like that.
Oh, that's unique. I haven't heard that one.
We're gonna start using that, Jay, on all our files and stuff like that.
If I was y'all, not trying to be funny, I would probably make that the name of a song or an album.
That's good. I like that. It's kind of like a
cool idea. Album and every song is a different genre.
I'm putting that in our bio right now.
I have my moment.
What's up, everybody? It's Jay from Yankee and the Brit bringing you some exciting news. King Palms and Yankee and the Brit are teaming up together to give you an amazing deal. Head over to kingpalm.com, use promo code KPYNB to save 20% off your entire order. That's right, 20% off your entire order just by using the promo code KPYNB. If you want to
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
So, you know, we always start off with the Scrapyard and some Weeb in Red. Because even though it was an exhibition, like I said, the head movement was nice, the fast twitch muscles, the reflexes, everything. And obviously his amateur record speaks for itself. So you want to go check out some of his stuff because now I'm going to go look up some of his amateurs, see if there's any videos. Yeah. Second one from the Streetbeefs West Coast, El Nene Gallo. Now, this one was fun because I actually saw after this most recent fight, he fought a few years ago and he fought Battleborn. And I was like, wait, what? So I come out and he came out. I really was impressed with some of the way the fight was going. I'm not going to tell you how it ended because you got to go out and watch it. It was fun to watch. And at the first round, he came out real good. Second round, go watch the fight. For the third, from the OG yard, Dad Bod, man. So this is one of those ones where this man has had a lot of fights. I don't know how I missed them, but you know, with Streetbeefs, so many fighters, sometimes we go on little spurts and we miss a couple. And this man kills it because when I saw one of his more recent fights, he is bleeding, he's sitting there, and you're like, man, what's gonna happen? This guy does one of the most insane, crazy moves. I can't even tell you what it is because you're gonna have to go watch that fight too to make sure you know what it is you see. And I went back and I started watching a bunch of his other fights, and I was like, how have I never seen this man before? So, Dadbot, man, yes, go watch all of his fights. And last one from Streetbeefs Dirty South, Tiburon, man. This was a fun fight. He came out striking. He was really trying to go for it, put in work, and he ends up putting in a standing grapple. And the way he doesn't give up and really tries to use his leverage and adjust his body, I was like, oh, this man's done this once or twice before. And I'm not going to find another fight. So let me get another one, please. Those are my 4 fighters to watch.
Great picks, man. Great picks. Dare I say, fire picks? Yeah, Sam came the Fire 5. Let's start things off, as always, Streetbeefs OG Yard, Ford versus Truck. I think the names alone deserve a click. But man, it was a fire fight. This is an MMA match. Both of these guys showing heart and endurance. Both of these guys powerful. We see heavy strikes to start off the fight, and it leads to some nice grappling. And we get a great performance and a solid finish. Street Beefs OG Yard, Ford versus Truck, firefight. Yeah, moving on, you see it, Street Beef Scrapyard. If you're trying to look this fight up, you see the title on the screen right there. This fight is between the Carcajou versus El Matador. Another MMA match right here. This was a huge opening moment. The first 30 seconds, you see just a barrage of strikes, and it leads to a great takedown. We get some beautiful grappling on the ground, and then it gets to a point of no return. I mean, we get a crazy submission out of nowhere. Street Beef Scrapyard, the Carcajou versus El Matador, firefight. Taking you guys back to the West Coast. Street Beefs West Coast. This is JoJo versus Clyde Boy. Yet another MMA match. MMA is just killing it tonight. Yeah, these guys were in a situation where someone's O had to go. So you definitely got to go and check this fight out right here. Both these fighters were eager to get it cracking, and both men trying to set the tone and the pace. And, you know, we get that back and forth struggle. It was a good matchup, solid competition. And then we had an unfortunate ending. Street Beefs West Coast, JoJo versus Clyde Boy. I want to see a rematch. Firefight. Take you guys back to Street Beefs OG Yard. This was an interesting fight right here. Shaka Zoo versus 8 Ball, also known as Agba. 8 Ball, also known as Agba, AGBA. It's interesting. 8 Ball fought 3 times that day. This was his second fight of that day. It was a boxing match. And man, never judge a book by its cover. Point blank. Cardio is key, as we say every episode. Cardio is key. Cardio is key. Pacing is key. Pacing is key. We had a great use of pressure and stalking by one of the fighters. We saw some beautiful adjustments throughout the fight, some solid punches, and a solid chin. Street Beefs OG Yard, Shaka Zoo versus 8 Ball, firefight. And then we're going to take you back to the Scrapyard and end it for the Fire 5 tonight. You see the title on the screen. This is between Tav versus Jinja Ninja. This was also a boxing match, very competitive, and as the title suggests, a little controversial. Go ahead and comment who you guys thought won this fight. We saw a great exchange of shots, a great mix of combinations, and both of these guys had stone chins and grit. This is a fire fight. Street Beef Scrapyard, Tab versus Jinja Ninja. Samke and the Fire 5.
Yeah, cardio is key. Cardio is key. Cardio is key.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fire like always.
But shoot, man. Another great episode, man. You think it's about time to wrap it up?
I have to say, about that time.
Yeah. Just get my quick shout outs in. I want to thank our guests tonight. Shout out King. Shout out Red, aka some Weeb in Red, or some Weeb in Red. There we go.
Yeah.
Thank everybody who's watching us right now, everyone who's watching this on replay, everyone in the comment section. We appreciate you guys. Shout out Street Beefs OG Yard, Scrapyard, West Coast, Dirty South. We appreciate you all. You guys trying to catch me? I'm here, same time, same place, every week. Shout out Overtime Hustling Magazine, zwellworld.com, and Heart in the Fight. Shout out to Buddy V, and as always, Jay. And that's it for me.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Zoel. Zoel-world.com. Like I said, if you go see on the Facebook, on Zoel World Facebook or Zoel_Buddy V from Instagram, you will see when these are going to get released. You'll see the photos that we're taking in it, and they're going to be online this week. And you know what? I was originally going to do them as a summer item, but considering it's MMA Underground, it's just going to stay on there. So once it's there, it's staying. It's not going anywhere. So, you know.
Go get your copy.
Right. Yeah. Next, we got to get something for Jay. Now, with that being said, you know, I have to kind of, say thank you all for tuning in. I had a great night. This is my only spot I want to be on Tuesdays. And we always wrap the show up the same way. Jay's famous words was one world, one love, deuces.